The racetrack in Le Mans is, of course, magic, you know, to race, to have the chance to race here in Le Mans, in the place where the 24 hours are. And for a driver, it's always something magic, you know. And also the facilities here in Le Mans are fantastic. You know, you have all what you can dream about, you know. All the structure is dedicated for racing. For everybody, it's a pleasure to be there. And every racer who won one race in Le Mans will remain all his life.
Nobody could have wished for a more interesting final of the FIA European Truck Racing Championship. In the last, 9th event of the season, there are as many as 3 pilots competing for the crown: Hungarian Kish, Spaniard Albacete, and German Hahn. There are a mere 7 points separating them, and 60 points are to be won in the 4 weekend races.
It's good for the championship when it's 3 or 4 or 5 drivers in the last race fight for the title.
We will see. We will fight until the end.
I'm a little bit nervous because last year the pole position was on the right, and I think the right side is better, and now they seem to change it to the left, which is, I think, obviously worse. So I mean, even though I got the pole position, it seems I'm in a bad position for the start. And last year it was on the right, you know.
I have respect for everybody who go fast, so from this side we will see. We can give the respect today back.
I think we are good drivers, we know each other, and I think we respect each other. So I think it will be a good fight and a fair fight.
You know, if I lose out on the start and I only finish second, you know, then it's not good.
I think we have to be a little bit aggressive to try to be in front of Jochen. But anyway, we will see. I mean, we cannot make anything silly that you can be penalized, so we have to play fair.
I don't know how much hard I will go. You know, it's somebody lose a little bit the feeling for the hardness, for the possibilities. You know, we will see.
Saturday's first race. The start of the top truckers was quite smooth, but there are problems behind them. Alm, Orsini and Teodosio sent so much gravel onto the track that many people are now busy clearing it away. The race is paused. Restart. This time everything's okay. The 3 competitors for the title are at the top of the field: Kish, Hahn, Albacete, all of them in MAN. Norbert Kish was quite nervous before the start, but he succeeded wonderfully. At the end of the season, the 20-year-old Hungarian is in a terrific shape. But that doesn't have to mean much. A year ago, Albacete had come here with an 11-point lead over Hahn, and in the end, it was the German who grabbed the title. In any motorsport, racing drivers cannot be sure of their win until they cross the finish line. But here, Kish wins quite easily. Ahead of Hahn, Albacete is third.
In the first couple of laps, I tried to push as hard as I can so that I can make up some gap, you know, to Johan. And then I see that I can be faster. And then in the second half of the race, I was taking it a little bit easy. So, you know, so far so good. 5 more points to the lead, but you know, there's still a lot to go. But so far so good.
Kish is now 12 points ahead overall. As a rule, Le Mans is foggy and rainy. But at the moment, a wonderfully blue sky peeks out among the clouds. The handicap race. The best 8 drivers from the opening race exchanged their positions at the start. But neither Hahn nor Janiek turned out to be very lucky. Steffi Hahn has number 44 and Anthony Janiek number 11. The trucks are weaving in and out on the track. Double quick reaction and also luck is essential. Markus Bessiger, number 7, pushed his way to the top. Behind him, Czech Latsko in a pink Bakira. Kish and Albacete are battling for the 3rd place. The Spaniard in his red MAN number 2 leaves the skirmish with a pierced tyre. This puts him back, far from the medal's positions. Steffi Halm is also grappling with a flat tyre. Markus Bessiger has won 4 handicap races this year. He is now the first to cross the finish line too, rejoicing on the podium. But later on, Bessiger was punished for having taken undue advantage of the first chicane. This is the whole situation. It's evident the victory rightly belongs to Adam Latzko. Antonio had a great start, Steffi seemed to have hesitated, and all of a sudden I was in between 2 trucks. That began hemming me in, and that wasn't good at all. But both rebounded against my truck, and I sneaked ahead.
What to talk about Le Mans? Le Mans, it's really a big party for truck racing. You know, it's not just a race, it's more than a race, it's an event, you know, something dedicated for the spectators. You know, we are here for the race, for sure, but it's also a lot of entertainment around the race. We have the beautiful truck, you know, we have a kind of contest with 200 trucks. We have some stunt shows, some firework in the night, some concert. Le Mans, it's really something bigger than a simple race. You know, we have one of the most important events in the year, and the spectators are there with more than 50,000 persons every year. It's really a big meeting for truck racing.
Swell weather and a swell program. Everything has come out well in Le Mans this year. On Sunday, it's business as usual, raining. Pole position for Norbert Kisch again. An important step on the way to the title. The trucks start under yellow flags, which means no overtaking. Everyone drives carefully on a wet track. Lap times are roughly 20 seconds slower than on a dry surface. But for Norbert Kisch, this is the luckiest race in his life. He is clearly in the lead, and this means that the European Champions title may be decided already within these 11 laps. Both Hahn and Albacete have 3 Champions titles each. Right now, they just can't find an efficient weapon to beat Kisch. Albacete is second. Hahn and Wrzecki are fighting for the 3rd place. Eventually, the German will be more successful. Needless to say, the most successful of all is Norbert Kisch. He wins his first title in his 4th season.
I enjoyed it very much, especially the end, you know, when we finished, because it was a very, very hard season, and it was you know, just unbelievable, because there were so many, you know, changes in the lead in the championship, and it wasn't really clear what will happen, you know, in the last races and who will be the champion. But you know, Harama and Le Mans was always good for us, and it proved this year as well that we could win the races and make up what we lost in the middle of the season, maybe a little bit because of my mistakes as well as probably some problems with the track, but it doesn't matter. Everything is good.
And what do Kish's competitors say to this?
But I think we managed to do a very good season. We fight until the end. We were able to arrive at the home race at Jarama leading the championship. And then we were fighting for the championship until nearly the last race. So I think we are happy with the season, and we will work hard, I hope, to be ready for next year.
We have a new champion, it's Norbert. I accept it. He make a good job in this year, and the team also. So from this side, he win, and I accept it, and congratulations for that. I am not unhappy. So 3 times in a row we are the champion. Now we have something to do, and we go home, and I hope we have the solution to do it next year again, and we will come back and fight for the title.
It's evident who will get the title, but it's not yet clear who will win the silver and the bronze. The last race of the season. Adam Lacko managed an excellent start. The Czech trucker in his Bagheera number 55 takes the lead. After a time, there is a Bagheera in the second place too. David Vršecký gets ahead of Reinert. Throughout the season, only the Czech specials Bagheera were able to upset the dominance of the MAN brand. Hahn is third. The outgoing champion is trying to attack Vršecký, but the Czech is holding on to his position. In any way, this result means Hahn will end second overall. Albacete will have to reconcile with a bronze. The new European champion, Norbert Kish, is not rushing anywhere. He knows only too well that nobody else can take away his title. In Le Mans, he won 53 points out of the 60 to be seized. A double for Bagheera, Lacko, Vršecký, Hahn. For Lacko, this is the 8th win this year. I managed to win the season's very last race. Moreover, we achieved a double with David, so there can be nothing better for a team. And a sweet reward for the best guys at the end of a hard season. The team classification is as follows. And here are Europe's 3 best truckers. From May to October, 9 racing weekends in 7 European countries. The 2014 truck racing season has simply been a great success.